AI art is unavoidable and it has been infiltrating into mobile games. So let's play one together to go see what this AI game is gonna be like. I feel like I don't need to say this, but this is obviously not sponsored. I was scrolling through the App Store because I love playing mobile games and I saw this game and I was like, the art is looking mad sus here. This is the page on the App Store. It's called Flender Fantasy Makeup Games. And okay, I like my dress up games, okay? Don't come for me. This first photo is so AI. Like when I make it bigger, this is so clearly AI. And there's a lot of things again that we can look at to identify whether something is AI or not. Inconsistencies is a big one in the art style and the way things are drawn. Like the hair strands are definitely really odd, especially the bottom left side here where part of her ponytail, the movement of the hair is just kind of awkward. And then we look at the next photo. So this girl here, hoop earrings. This one's a much more egregious offender of AI. But if you look under the tweezers, if you look at that hoop, two notches at the very top of the hoop that isn't present on the same earring on her left. And then again, the hair part doesn't even make sense because it's like the hair is crisscrossing back and forth in her parts. Doesn't seem like a human being actually drew that or added that in. And the art style is different photo to photo. The first one, it's a very kind of much more whimsical style. The second one, the details are much sharper. The third one goes back to a much more whimsical style again. And the eyes look different. The rendering of the eyes are different in this one. On the fourth slide, when we see the before and after, the art style is completely different. So anyways, I saw this and I was like, oh boy, this is most definitely AI. And I just wanted to play the game a little bit just to see what this was actually going to be about. And first things first, the moment we open it up, we already have a ton of ads. So level 1, let's get started. I have not played this game yet also. I need to go wipe their face, I guess. I don't know, is this doing anything? I'm curious as to what the finished art style would look like. I'm just currently popping a bunch of zits. So next we go add a face mask. I feel like it's kind of creepy that her eyes follow you. Like as I'm moving this beauty blender, her eyes are just going like left and right. I got to step 2 and I already have another ad. This game is clearly just ad farming. I play a lot of games, don't get me wrong, and I'm not opposed to playing free to play games and like the games having ads so the developer can make money. But I've never really played a game where I'm only on step 2 and there's already another ad. Okay, I guess I shaved the eyebrows. The gameplay loop is really standard to a lot of other like dress up style-y games that I've played before. I mean, I feel like this style of game might be something that would be appealing to kids. All right, so we finished the eyeshadow on one eye. Oh, now I'm adding the eyeliner. I mean, the art isn't blending really well. As you can see, the art style between the makeup and the skin isn't like matching as well. Sometimes in these dress up games does happen. It's just blowing my mind how different everything looks. Like the hand looks very like paper cut out. Oh God, this is giving such like uncanny valley right now. Like I'm just staring into her eyes and I'm like, ugh. I mean, the gameplay loop seems really standard, but again, this doesn't seem very fun. And we have another ad. Oh, you guys, I'm gonna lose my mind here. Like with all of these ads, this is level 1, by the way. Like I haven't, it would make sense, you know, to have an ad in between each level. Like after I don't know, do her makeover, then there's an ad and then I do somebody else's makeover. But to have an ad like every 2 steps, and also notice how with all of the options down here on the bottom, you need to watch an ad in order to access it. There's only one free option in here. This is such an ad farming game. Again, I'm on the lipstick and again, all of the options you need to watch an ad with one being a VIP, which I'm guessing you're gonna have to pay for, right? And there's literally only one free option. So that doesn't make the game very fun either for free to play players, like just from a game developing perspective, right? I again understand that if it's a free game, you need to do things like running ads, stuff like that, so the devs can get paid. I'm a big fan of making sure game devs can get paid, earn fair wages, whatever. This blatant of a cash grab. There's another I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm actually gonna lose my mind. By the way, this game developer is called Flender Games and they make other games. So let me know in the comments if you want me to play and suffer through the other mobile games. I don't know if anybody cares also. This is like a style of video I haven't done before, but experimentation, y'all. All right, now comes putting on clothing. So far, our little character doesn't look anything like the AI art that was advertised or the art that was advertised in general. Like this is how the advertisements look like.
This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels. And this is what I got!
If I get another ad, it's gonna be my 13th reason. So this is our completed character. These are not like the advertisement photos. I will say though, I can't tell whether this is actually AI art or not. I actually don't think this is. This doesn't look like AI art to me. This actually does look like it was potentially made by somebody. So at least kudos to them for that. No kudos for false advertising and advertising using AI materials. Not only is that one, false advertising, two, you're using AI, bro. Like, it's art theft. And I feel like I don't need to reiterate to you guys how bad AI art is. But in case this is like the first video of mine you've stumbled on, TLDR, bro, AI just steals from actual artists. It steals the thought process, the integrity, the creativity from actual human beings that didn't consent and bashes it together. And if you do use AI, you are participating in the theft. So we have like a narrative story going through. Yeah, the background art here is definitely AI. And there's many things I can point out. Like you see here, this is the background itself is most definitely AI. If we look at the bottom left, there's a crack in the floor. A big thing about AI too, when it comes to drawing backgrounds and stuff like that, it's not good at perspective. And so as you can see here, the ceiling light is actually curved. So this light curves, but this line is straight. And then these lights here, as you can see, the line is going straight. And then when the line intersects with the mirror, it turns down a little bit. Another thing AI is really bad at doing is when it draws a room, we'll be like, okay, we need to fill this room with clutter, but it's not good at like drawing fine details. So if you see on the actual vanity counter, if you see this stack of what should be perfumes and lipsticks or whatever, if you look a little closely, what exactly is that? Everything is very jumbled together. It doesn't look like there's like individual products. It looks like the lipstick tubes are all kind of stuck together. And then if you look at this shelf in the back, there's a tall shelf with like a box on the top. Yeah, what exactly is that box? Is it a cardboard box? Which would be like an odd clutter item to add because this is supposed to be like a professional, cool looking beauty studio room. So why would there be like cardboard boxes in here if you're trying to present this like professionalism? Obviously, if it's your own bedroom, you're gonna have whatever stuff in it. You're gonna have cardboard boxes. But come on, this is a mobile game. So a human being had to make the artistic choice to draw a cardboard box in there. And if I were designing a mobile game where you're a makeup artist and you're in your studio, I probably wouldn't choose to draw a cardboard box. I would maybe draw like a shoe box or like something else, literally anything else, clothes that could go up there. And again, if you look at the shelf here, there looks to be right here what is like, I don't know, fungi or mushrooms growing in the edge of the shelf, like the banister. There's like a mushroom growing in there. And don't even get me started on the lights and how all the light fixtures are different. All right, we're on to Lucy. Nice. Am I gluing her face? Oh, ointment treatment. It looks like my eyelash glue because I use the duo eyelash glue. I also want to point out like the headband that she's wearing with the two eyes. On the right eye, there's like at the very edge, there's a gap. So it looks like whomever put this together went on Google, searched up headbands, cut out a headband off of an actual like photograph, but didn't cut it properly because you can see a sliver where the purple background actually shows through. I wonder how long it took this game dev company to make it. So here is our completed second character after doing all of the makeup hair stuff. I am like scrutinizing the hair right now, whether to see this is AI art or not. And I don't think this is AI art, the hair at least, and the rest of the clothing. Initial glance looking at this anyways, but this is our second character. And the moment that I click done, we have another ad. When I was playing through this, I literally got like, I'm not even joking, 5 or 6 ads that I literally pulled out the book that I was reading to read in the middle of the ads because some of these ads are so long. I don't know how long it is, but it literally feels like it's a minute long. And there's 5 of them. I'm not even joking with this game. I spend more time watching ads than I actually did playing the game. It's definitely a minute long. Finally, the ad is done and she says, the board meeting was very successful thanks to your makeup. Let's take a quick glance at the background again. And the background is once again AI. I'm not going to go as into detail on the background as I did last time, mainly because she's also obstructing most of it. But this is very clearly AI art and there might have been like a symmetry tool that was used. A big one too is again, the light fixtures don't match up the spacing. The lights on the ceiling are really awkward. And you can see the part at the very closest to the top, the ceiling detail, the lines in the windows don't make any sense at all. It's very arbitrary, very crooked. If this is something that was drawn by a human being, why do all the chairs look different? The amount of lines on the backing of the chair and the thicknesses looks very different chair to chair, and the stuff on the desk don't make sense. So yeah, very AI art to me. No, I'm not going to rate you guys. Oh my god, this background is also AI art. Do I need to say more? All of the railings and stuff like that are all really crooked, awkward. The light fixtures don't make very much sense. I'm not going to watch an ad to claim more money. And yeah, actually when we go to the home screen and you can see the background more clearly without as much obstruction on the home screen, the background is all AI art. I'm not going to play any more of this because I'm losing my marbles with how many ads that are being run in this game, but this is very, very clearly AI art. So just be careful if you're shopping around around for mobile games, looking for games to play, etc. AI art has been infiltrating mobile games. So anyways, like this video if you like my suffering, and let me know if you want me to do gameplay reactions for mobile games with AI art. I'm a big mobile game fan, but this is definitely a huge L of a mobile game that I have played. I found more! For the sake of entertainment, let me suffer so you guys can go and laugh at this. So the game in question that I found is this game called Makeup Show, and it's already always really sus if when you are clicking on the advertisement for the ad, or kind of like the screenshots they show you, and it's literally all AI art. How am I supposed to get any sort of guess or gauge as to what is happening in your game if the advertisement is AI? And I mean, I'm already just gonna point out a couple of things that already are odd. In the first girl, I'm trying to zoom in, but in the first one, her two earrings don't match in the photo. And like, there obviously is the asymmetrical look, but come on, in a dress up game, that's typically not what they go for, right? The necklace on her neck is weird. There's two chains, but the chains cross really weirdly in the center of her neck. And not to mention even the background, if you look at it. If you look at the detailing right here on the side with the mirror and the makeup brushes, they don't make very much sense. It looks like the makeup brushes kind of like stick into the mirror. It's odd because AI art has a tendency to do this and fabricate things that don't make much sense in their placement. If we swipe over to the next photo of the two girls and their outfits, which looks like you can kind of compete, this is definitely giving AI art vibes. Oh my god. I just want to point out, if we just look a little closely, look at the girl in the blue. Like right here, you can see her fingers. Like she has her arm up behind her head. So her hand should be behind her head, but just fingers just stick out at her neck. It's weird. It's weird. Hands should not be doing that. And again, with this level of rendering, artists who are capable of rendering at this level would not make such a huge anatomy mistake to where the hand is completely coming out of a different part of her body. I'm just laughing. If we swipe over to the third girl in the advertisement, you can see her hands on the left-hand side. I can't tell left from right. It just kind of like, her fingers just get cut off into the fabric of the clothing. And if we look at the fourth girl with this like Vogue style makeup cover, just look at her hand. That index finger is being so weird right now. It just looks odd. Then don't even get me started on the chain that is kind of crisscrossing on her skirt. No sense whatsoever in its behavior, or other weird things going on with the hair. And the girl in the red shirt, and this probably is one of the most blatant giveaways ever, is that she's wearing a shirt that has a word written across the chest that means nothing in English. It's like do ale. And the letters aren't even lined up properly. Like the D is smaller than any of the other letters. The O is taller than all the other letters. And the E has like an extra leg on the very top. So all of the example photos that we get to kind of show us what this game about is all AI art, but let's go check out the gameplay to see if it's good or if the AI art is hinting at something. So currently it starts us on this homepage and it says Rio and a start. So I guess I am somebody called Mia and I am doing a battle outfit competition against somebody. Well, this wasn't what I was advertised. Just look at the art style. This looks a lot different than what they were advertising in the Apple App Store. And again, the background is definitely giving AI art vibes as well. So let's see here. I am allowed to choose different outfits, and the art style for these outfits again look way different than what was being shown in the advertisement. Okay, so we have dresses. I can also choose from different tops, different pants. I just think the style difference between the jeans and the black pants are so funny. If you look at these jeans, it looks really hyper realistic, like they took a photo of jeans and then just like stuck it on her body. But then the pair of black pants is so cartoonized that I just think it's funny. It's just so funny the different textures they have going on. Okay, and then now we're on to the makeup. Oh, this is interesting. So I'm on the makeup page now, and the face is really low resolution. Like it's not focusing, but if you look at it, it kind of looks like somebody drew the entire body, and then instead of redrawing the head in a higher res or drawing the actual art piece in a high res that you can crop into the head or something, they just drew the body strictly for the full body scene, and then they just punched it in for the makeup part without upgrading the resolution whatsoever. It's just a little blurry. So, I mean, could be an artistic choice, but this kind of just gives to me the vibe that the game was made to be a cash grab. So it was made quicker than other games would be made. And the one thing I could say, the positive thing, right? The previous game that I did play, that was another AI dress up type game thing, had ads at like literally every single step. And I haven't gotten an ad yet. So I have to say, I'm at least pleasantly surprised that so far I have not run into an ad. But it has a very similar mechanic as the other game where I need to apply makeup and then I can kind of change the hair. Oh boy, the eyes follow you as you move. Like as I am applying makeup on her, the eyes are following me and it's a little freaky. I'm looking at some of the jewelry available for her to wear. And this one that looks like a leaf in particular is like low-key giving me AI vibes as well. I can't tell. It kind of looks like for some of the assets, maybe somebody did make it right. And then it looks like for other assets, like the hair clip or the jeans, it was like a photograph that was then cut out and used as like smacked right on top. I just think it's interesting. All right, so I have completed my outfit and let's go submit this to the runway. I'm waiting for my opponent. The opponent is probably a bot. All right, I'm waiting for the scoring to finish currently, but I guess it looks like my girl mogged her. I don't know. So I've won. But again, it's like an AI bot that I'm playing against, you know? That's like the default tutorial level. Oh, I see. So I won some gems, but now there's like a slider option. Okay. So I guess it's like I'll get an ad if I want to use the slider, and then I can get a multiplier for my currency. Yeah, most free-to-play games have a mechanic like that. All right, and there's a battle pass tier system as well, so I can win some earrings. But yeah, upon first playing the game, it's not as egregious as the other one that I played. The very first one I made the video on, you're not getting ads shoved absolutely down your throat. The AI advertisement is definitely misleading because it's nowhere what you're getting in the actual game itself. And I think honestly, if they just advertise using the actual game art, it would have been fine too. But it is what it is, right? However, this developer actually has other games as well. So I just wanted to check out this other game that they also made called Makeup Salon, DIY makeup game. And if you look at the preview, it's also giving AI vibes. A lot of AI. So this is the first photo. It doesn't look too bad. It's not giving heavily AI vibes in the first photo, but the second one, the Vogue. They didn't even spell Vogue correctly. I think for legal reasons, they probably can't do that. But this art piece, again, is giving so much AI vibes. I can just point out a couple of things that are very AI. The irises do not match. If you look at the left iris versus the right iris, on first glance, they might look similar. But if you zoom in a little bit, they do not match up. The white highlight of the eyes don't match. The left eye has a lot of kind of like line detailing in the eye that is completely omitted from the right eye. And again, you would think that a human artist would probably make both eyes match up properly. So that is definitely giving some AI vibes. There also the earring too, right? Where AI is not very good at doing fine detailing like jewelry, things like that. You know, clutter. So if there is like a background and you have a IKEA pegboard on the back with a bunch of posters and stuff, AI art is not good at doing the finer clutter detailing. It will tend to blur everything together into nonsensical junk. So that earring is definitely giving them AI vibes as well. Now, if we look at the third photo of this girl, very, very reminiscent of that AI art style as well. And I do want to point out some things that look odd. And the big one is right at the hairline here. Like right here at her hairline, there's like two random brush strokes, one going upwards and there's a brush stroke across her forehead, which again, if this was an art piece that a human being made, you could argue potentially it's an accidental brush stroke they didn't clean up. But I would still argue for the promo of a game, you would think that in the development team, somebody would look over the artwork because on first glance, I can already see it and be like, oh, shoot, you forgot this brush stroke here to clean it up. AI, again, will sometimes leave random brush strokes, random artifacts and stuff in the piece. That doesn't really make much sense. And then if we look at the fourth piece, the fourth drawing of the wavy haired girl, again with the earring that is a little bit jumbled up, which doesn't really make much sense. Also, we have bangs just disappearing into the eyebrow. Like it'll hit the eyebrow and then it's just gone, which again, AI has a tendency when things intersect to not make them reappear when they should. And the kind of wobbly looking necklace, which is a little bit odd as well. And not to mention, even at the very bottom of her hair, there's just like random hair strokes that appear, but there's no start or end to it. It's just there. Hair is supposed to obviously come out of your scalp. It'll come out of some part of your head, and then so it's attached at one point to your head. But there's just strands that are not attached anywhere. And that is not a mistake that even a beginner artist would make, in my personal opinion. How much of a coincidence is it that right there on the homepage, it will tell you, Oh, in-app purchases, remove ads. So may I predict potentially that when I open up this game, are we gonna get ads shoved down our throat again, like the very first AI game that I played? Well, I'll play it and we'll see. Oh, and the first thing on the home screen again, the remove ads. I will say this actually is very reminiscent of the first game that I played. This is definitely the UI and everything is looking very similar to the first game that I played. Oh boy, when we get into the game, there's already an ad on the bottom. And again, the art style in the game is so different from what you're advertised. And look at this. Oh boy, this is egregious. Look at the bottom again. You get like a couple makeup options and like over half of the options available, you need to watch an ad to use. So I'm just gonna pick a random one because I'm not gonna watch an ad for this. And you can use your brush to kind of paint it over her eyes. I hit complete. I finished the eyeshadow. Oh, wow. And again, look, eyebrow makeup. Once again, either it's premium or you need to watch an ad for it. And yeah, that's about it. At least they give you more than one option. So my bar is really low here. And what is with these games and making their eyes follow you every time you're doing the eyebrows? It's just trippy. Again, with the lipsticks, it's either an ad or it's premium. Those are basically your only options. Oh, I accidentally clicked an ad. Now I'm gonna have to wait 27 seconds for this ad to be over because I accidentally clicked it. But I do also want to point out one thing that also indicates that this game is rushed or quickly made. I think it's weird. It's creepy to me personally when the eyes follow you. It's like giving uncanny valley when you're doing the eyebrows, right? But notice when the eye is moving, the left eye, there's like a dot in the eye. Like there's a black dot in the white of the eye when the eye is moving, which again tells me that they didn't fully erase something from the base layer of the white of the eye when they're doing the live 2D thing for the eye moving. So again, it just kind of gives like quickly made cash grabby type game where they're just trying to get you to play it for the sake of playing it for a little bit to watch the ads, and that the game wasn't really made with the intention to keep a player base. So now I get to apply the lipstick. Procedure completed. That makes it sound like a surgery. That's pretty funny. All right, next step, hair. Okay, so our first 3 hair options, all ads, then it's premium, then everything ad. Yeah, I can only basically use this brown hair because everything else is paywalled, or this black hair. Okay, we get out of the 4 outfit options, only 1 is free. Everything else is ads again, as there is already another makeup ad in the bottom. Oh, nice. I can change the background. What are these? It's either AI or it could be a filter in Photoshop. A filter in Photoshop can also replicate this style of like very painterly blended strokes. So can AI filters. So it could be either or, right? All right, we take a photo and now it shows us our before and after. And I think it's cool that you can use the slider to see the before and after as well. So let's hit complete. Not now. It has the same rating system where there's a little slider on the bottom as well. And then if you want more currency, you can watch an ad. I'm not gonna watch an ad. This game is asking to track my data. Yeah, that's a no from me. I'll pass. All right, and then we have our next person to do a makeover. This time they have, oh, pimples that you can pop. I've played a fair amount of these games just for shits and giggles, and their target audience is always kids. So I could definitely recognize too, like I am not in their target audience. I feel like a lot of y'all who watch this video probably are not in their target audience as well. I don't know, even if I was a kid, I feel like I wouldn't fall for this. Okay, and we just completely shave her eyebrows off. Nice. The hitbox for the eyebrow shaving is a little awkward. Honestly though, I can see a potential appeal for these types of games, but the AI and the amount of ads they run, man, like that's just too much for me personally. All right, we're giving her some contour. I also think the wording of procedure is very interesting. How it says procedure completed. Like sounds like it's like some plastic surgery thing. Again, I do have to say though, this is not as egregious as the other game that we played, the very first one. It's not every step there's an ad. I was literally going insane playing that very first game. If any of you guys watched that video, I was mauling. All right, they're giving her double eyelid tape, even though she already has double eyelids. Oh, contacts, back at it again with every single one having an ad. After I finished putting the contacts in, I also got slapped with another ad too. Okay, let me try to skip this. Get me out of this, please. All right, we get the eye makeup choice. Again, basically only one that is ad-free. Everything else is ads or premium. Same old that we're gonna see. Yeah, again, with the eye makeup, you get two options. Otherwise, everything. Oh god, and there goes the eyes again following you. Man, that's creepy. Another ad! Okay, I take back what I said. I literally was just complimenting you for not being completely overridden with ads. And now look, I spoke too soon, guys. I truly spoke too soon. Pain. All right, we're doing the eyelashes now. On a side note about the ads though, I just think it's interesting because for the ads that I've gotten a lot of random ads, and it's likely random because I'm not sharing my information with this game, but also a lot of other dress-up game ads. Like, I feel like it's interesting. I've never made a mobile game, but I would hope that there would be some sort of seeding or some sort of targeting for the ads, you know? As in, like, if I do have a mobile game and I'm like the CEO or a decision maker in the company, I would not want competitors advertising on my game, right? Because people then playing my game might look at the ad and be like, wait, this game looks better. So I'm just surprised that there was no option to kind of like choose what ads are run on the game. I don't know, right? Maybe there literally is no way to do that. Depending on which game engine you use. Oh, look, another ad. So, in the process of this blonde haired girl in like doing her makeover and makeup, this is the third ad that I've gotten so far. It's not a very fun experience if all I'm getting are all these ads. Now, actually, though, the crazy plot, the crazy tinfoil hats theory is that what if there's like a one company and under that one company is a whole bunch of like AI dress up game developers. All the art styles look really similar and all the UI and the game processes seem really similar too. So either they're all like copying off each other, which is definitely possible, or there is some sort of like, I don't know, something tying them together up there on the top. And maybe that's why they don't care if they're getting competitor ads because it's all under the same parent company. I don't know, right? That's just a little theory. Also, on a completely side note, as I'm playing this game, I now have the option to like put gemstones right on the face. But it's weird because, like, okay, this is the most horrible UI in terms of a game. In order to apply it to her face, though, I can't select somewhere and drag. Like, it makes it so that when I press on the screen, it centers the jewelry or whatever facial decor to where my finger is. And you might think that's good in theory, but it's actually pretty poor in execution because I can't see anything. Like, my finger takes up the entire gemstone I'm trying to put. So I literally have no idea where I'm putting it. Oh, it's not center again. Like I can't tell where this is. This is close enough, man. Like my finger blocks it, so I can't even tell where I'm moving it to because I'm trying to line it up with under her eye, but I can't see. Another ad. I got scammed. I got a capybara ad and it was a 6-second ad and now I have a different ad. What's this? This is not a capybara game. Get me out of ad jail. All right, now we get to accessorize her. All right, I'm putting a Christmas hat because Christmas. So we're gonna give her like Christmas holiday decorations. I fat thumbed an ad. This was an accident. This was on me. One of the accessories had an ad. I accidentally clicked it. So let's sit here and twiddle our thumbs for 18 seconds as I wait for this ad to end. Am I done? I'm getting bored. Please tell me I'm done. Now she wants me to choose a new outfit for her. All right, what's the most festive outfit I can give you? All right, you're gonna wear green. Okay, wait, this is absolutely crazy. Yeah, this game is so quickly made. I think it's funny. It's interesting. This game shares elements and assets with the other game. It makes sense. They're under the same developer. But look at this top in the middle, that like white strap top. That is the exact same top I gave my model from the previous game. So there's a lot of repurposed assets, which again makes sense, right? But look at the icons on the right-hand side of the game here. Look at the icons. Like the pants are so stretched out to fit the icon. And the dress is also stretched a bit too. It's just quickly made, man. All right, I'm gonna put some random clothes on her. All right, and here's our before and after. We have the before and the after. And it only took me like 4 ads. All right, again, another slider. Cool, it says I got 41,000 likes. Nice. Thanks, Instagram. Once again, asking to get my data. The answer is no. Oh my god, and now I have another ad. You know what the irony is, though? I play a lot of mobile games, right? I actually played this game, like the one that I'm getting the ad for. That's when you know you when you've played too much. I didn't really like the game, though. I played it for a little bit, and then I got bored. But yeah, this seems to be like the entire gameplay loop, right? The moment I finish, it gives me a third person to then do a makeover for. So yeah, I'm gonna leave. Oh, and here we go. You got the VIP. Wow, VIP is kind of expensive. Wow, so the pricing structure for VIP makes a lot of sense, right? You either pay $5 a week or $30 annually. And $5 a week for a game sounds absolutely insane to get a premium, right? And the reason why it's insanely high price is because they want you to pay the $30 annually. Because you're gonna look at this and you're gonna be like, oh my god, $5 a week is a lot, but like 6 weeks is $30. But for $30, I could also get a 1-year VIP. That's worth it. That's so much more worth it. That's why they price it this way. They give you one item that is like astronomically priced to then guide you, the consumer, towards the more worth it option, which is overall the more expensive one, right? One's $5, one's $30. So that's the strategy. And yeah, that looks to be the overall gameplay loop of the game. I mean, it is what it is. It's like typical of games like this. I personally did not find this game very fun. That's just me. Or the other one that I played. I'm gonna be real. But I just found this really funny just to go through this and just look at these games with AI advertisements and play it for myself to see how it is. This game debuted at the Game Awards and a lot of people are calling it AI slop. So this was the post in the debut that kicked all of this conversation off. The Game Awards tweets, "AAA cats are here. Catly unveils the most beautiful cat MMO. Wishlist Catly now on Steam. At Play Catly, hashtag the Game Awards." And they attached a 52-second demo. Honestly, upon watching the demo, I really don't know what the gameplay is gonna be. So it looks like there's a bunch of cats, and then there are avatars as well that could potentially be like the cat owners. And this game is set to debut on Steam and for Apple Watch. Did you guys watch that? It definitely looked very, very sus, very AI, and people in the comments aren't happy. We have Snail Boy writing, "What the hell is even going on with this trailer? Why are they falling and rolling around like that? Why did the cat wake up to a Forever 21 model and a McMashin?" And I have to say, like, I, as a cat owner, they don't just like flop around like jello and roll around. If you're advertising a hyper-realistic cat game, could the cats at least behave in a cat-like manner? At least like in Stray, you know, the cat has very cat-like characteristics because it's a cat. Leigh Burka says, "Didn't you even research a bit before giving them this ad?" Forgetful Hatter writes, "Not a single drop of actual gameplay to be shown, a lot of to be announced. This reeks of personal data harvesting AI slop flop. TBH reminds me of mobile game adverts. There's no way the graphics will be that good. Oh wait, I'm at a Game Awards page. Yeah, that makes sense." And then the mobile game ad. Here we have a T-Rex, the actual game, when Chrome dies and there's that little pixel T-Rex game. Covered in Gray says, "What exactly is this? It's available for pre-ordering on the App Store, but it's only on Apple Watch." And that is also a point of contradiction that a lot of people online were very confused about, right? This is advertised as a AAA MMO game. How can it be played on your Apple Watch? That is very confusing. Your Apple Watch is not capable of supporting triple MMO games. The only thought I could think of is it's sort of like a dual thing where like the game is played on the PC if this game is legitimate at all, which I don't think so. And you could, I don't know, like carry your cat on your Apple Watch. That would be my guess. But if we just watch back the advert, it is just so suspicious. Like this cat just like slinking down to the floor like this. Come on, cats don't behave in this way. Or here we have this cat. This cat jumps up in the air and then just absolutely eats shit. Like what in the world? And may I point out again how odd some of these frames kind of look? The in-between frames of this. And again, this game this highly rendered would be rendered in 3D. There would be 3D models. Just look at the jumping animation. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because there are people in the comments being like, "Oh, it's not AI though. Like AI isn't capable of generating animations of this quality." One, this is not quality. It looks like crap because the animations don't even flow together properly. So that's what I'm pointing this out, okay? One, kind of the fact that the cat looks like an absolute floofball with like little chicken legs. But if we go frame by frame, okay, the cat jumps, just watch the feet. The feet basically completely retract into the body with no knees. Like no leg bending, nothing. It just shoop, sucks up into the body. And then notice the foot here. Look at this foot. That would be the cat's back left foot. But if we're looking at it like, you know, straight on, it would be the right side. This foot, it looks like it just completely detaches from the body. Like it shrinks in. What is this? Why is there this little like nub here? And the foot just like stays there this entire frame, like this entire animation. And then we look, the cat's legs make contact. And the cat absolutely folds. And then here we have another angle of the cat just absolutely fold. Like, yeah, these frames look really odd because notice the length of the ears and how when the cat is like sliding like that or falling, the ear lengthens and then shrinks back down again. You see that? Look at this. The ear is all pink now. It was pink on the inside, white on the outside. Now in this frame, it is all pink. It becomes very long and pink, and then only half pink and then half white. And then it shrinks again, even less pink, even more white. And then it just like flips forward as the cat continues to just slide. Like that's just so weird. Again, the extremely highly glossy eyes that AI likes to do. Oh my God. So those are just some first red flags that I've personally spotted in the demo video. Again, this is alleged that it's AI, right? We don't know for certain. Another big red flag is this website. Look at the homepage. It is just a massive cat that's blinking, except this is so evidently AI. It's not even funny. Just a couple of things I want to point out to you guys to indicate that it's AI. The amount of changing happening with the eyes as it's blinking. If you notice, the pupil dilates and it gets bigger as the eyes close, and then it shrinks again as the eyes open with that like change changing. Maybe it biologically is like that, but the difference in the two eyes is a bit jarring to me. The second one is also eyelashes and fur that appears and then disappears. That's the most notable one in my opinion. Just watch it when the cat blinks. Look at all these like eyelashes that appear. And then, oh, when the cat opens its eyes, it disappears again. If this were a 3D model, it would not behave this way. It's present in both eyes, on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side. Also take a note of this eye, the left one, as it closes. There'll be like particulate matter that crosses through the iris and then disappears again. So watch this cat blink again, look at the particulates, and then it's gone. And then just how the eye shifts. The details in the iris move as the eye is blinking. But again, like all the fur, you see the fur, it pokes around in really, really awkward ways. And also, again, the fur just looks extremely matted. If this is advertised as a alleged AAA MMO, extremely high quality cat game with extremely realistic cats, couldn't you make fur look like fur and not like hay? On the cat. These are just some red flags to point out to you guys. But a bit of a red flag where it says email address or phone number, register now. You know, they have that video from the Game Awards we just saw. What's this? In cat's eyes, worlds unfold. And it's just cats in clothing. Like extremely, extremely futuristic AI clothing. Allegedly AI. And then you scroll down, it's more 3D rendered AI clothes, right? Allegedly AI. I thought this was a game for cats. What are these? What do you mean earrings? Earrings with no stud in them, by the way. So how am I supposed to put this on my ear? Necklaces, bags, a canvas of stories painted in fur. A very AI looking cat in what looks to be a coat made of hydrangeas. Style collection. Once again, more clothing. Again, may I point out, what does this have to do with cats whatsoever? The big one that throws me off is the snow shield, right? They're trying to advertise this as like fashion, except here we have a jacket with no armholes, a puffer jacket. And mind you, like, it's just weird because look, there's quilted layers, right? Like 1 row, 2 row, like 3 puffs. And then why is this one just like folded in on itself? And then 5, 6, 7. Here again, we have a jacket absolutely full of holes, which very practical, you know? Born of moonlight, bound by mystery. And again, with the like very, very random messaging. And this cat really looks like AI art to me. The only information you can glean from their website. Now, if we go over to Steam, you can see that Steam lists Super Authenti as their developer. But if we click Super Authenti, they only have one release being this Catly game. So we have this game dev company that is out the gate releasing a AAA MMO title with enough funding to get the Game Awards to promo their game, as well as a bunch of big name influencers, but they have no presence. And regarding the influencers, we have this tweet from Sky2O Vivo writing, how did this AI slot manage to get in the Game Awards and pay Pokemon and Ninja to endorse it, as well as the account has 14 posts and 200 followers and only started tweeting today. So with Sky screenshots, we can see, you know, Pokey made a tweet, just saw Catly on the Game Awards and it looks so beautiful. My favorite ones are the cute ones that look like Mimi and Bew. Added to my Steam wish list. If you love cats like me, you should add it too. Hee hee. And then here we have Ninja. Are you watching the Game Awards? If you're a cat lover, you have to check this game out with, you know, their promo tags. So it is expensive to hire influencers of that size. So where are they getting the money from? That's what I'm wondering. And if you do a Google search of Authenti, literally like nothing comes up. The only kind of lead that you get is this guy by the name of Kevin Young, who is listed as a co-founder. Except when you click on Kevin Young's LinkedIn page, it is literally gone. So that is really suspicious. We have this article that was written by Digital Trends where they wrote an article initially about Catly. They indicate that they're not sure what this like lofty tech in the game is, and noting that they notice commonalities with AI generated art. They followed up with the Catly team to confirm if generative AI is being used in the game, and a PR representative said that the team wouldn't be going into further detail until 2025 and declined to share what game engine Catly is being built on yet. Then Digital Trends continues, also mysterious is its developer. The game's App Store page lists Super Authentico Limited as its creator. The studio has virtually no digital footprint yet, as Catly seems to be its first game. A business listing, as well as a LinkedIn page from co-founder Kevin Young, confirms the studio is based out of Hong Kong. 8 months ago, Young posted a photo of him showing off the game to PlayStation Suhei Yoshida. PlayStation is not part of Catly's launch platform list as currently. A computer screen shows up what appeared to be actual gameplay as a pink cat wearing a helmet stands in the middle of a sunny street, as you can see here. But I do think it's interesting his LinkedIn is gone. And then the Digital Trends added an update on December 13th, So today, writing prior to joining Super Authentic, it appears as though studio co-founder Kevin Young founded another Hong Kong-based gaming studio called 10th Planet. In 2022, the studio revealed that it was working on 2 blockchain games. One of those was set to be Alien Meow, which GamesBeat called a digital cat metaverse. So yeah, that doesn't bode very well for me personally. And Digital Trends writes, that game was explicitly advertised as a Web3 project where players would generate in-game value from cat breeding. It's unclear if the game ever launched. And people aren't happy. We have this a tweet made by Twitter user Zeta_330 that went viral with 86,000 likes, writing, "What the f? A AAA game with seemingly no names behind it, no information, seemingly AI-generated cats, no gameplay or details, but coming to PC, Switch, and Apple Watch? I hope somebody does some more digging into this. I'm dumbfounded how this got into the Game Awards." And Zeta writes, quote, "Because money," end quote. I mean, yeah, but as much as the Game Awards is nothing but a glorified ad space, the reason it hasn't been flooded with crypto games is that they have to have some standards. And even still, what kind of company has money to blow on an ad campaign like this, and why? That's what I'm asking too. Because it's expensive. Icky Ammo tweets, "Did some searching, seems pretty fishy. It is being made by a company called Super Authentic, 100% legitimate name for a company. Kevin Young seems to be the company head with no prior video game experience and a social media person named Wendy Chow. It gives me laundering vibes." Or again, the LinkedIn Kevin Young, co-founder Super Authentic. When I click on this link, it's gone. And then we have Kevin Young, co-owner of Hangar Design Group, and then venture partner at ZWC Ventures, and now co-founder of Super Authentic. So that is definitely really suspicious. And Rotted Porcelain writes, "Yeah, I found this article about other games he tried putting out." So this article is put out by GamesBeat, and it writes 10th Planet, a game studio started by former TikTok gaming leaders, plans to launch some ambitious blockchain games. So we already have crypto mentioned in literally the first sentence. It lists the 2 games 10th Planet was working on to be Mech Angel and a digital cat metaverse dubbed Alien Meow. The studio was apparently started by William Wei Chen, a former game development leader for TikTok, and his colleague Kevin Young. They made a lot of money selling a company to Bike Dance and then used that money to start 10th Planet. It states that 10th Planet has more than 100 game developers working on Unreal Engine and Unity titles with AAA production values. It cites Chen's former team at Mokan Technology, the company they sold, being responsible for creating One Piece, which generated more than 200 million in revenue for TikTok. And they really, really believe in crypto and free trade of virtual assets, as they've stated. So their first game is Mech Angel, a Unity-based MMORPG game, kind of looking like it falls under the waifu gacha game category. And then they have Alien Muse, which is their, digital cat metaverse where you breed cats and make money. And both co-founders have expressed strong interest in crypto, metaverse, blockchain, all of that stuff. So there is no mention of AI here or AI art, but honestly, for people that are very into crypto and things like that, I would not put it past them to be also equally interested in AI art. But I'm curious about your thoughts at the end of the day about all of this. Do you think this is an AI generated game, or do you think it is an authentic game with extremely high level textures and very, very high quality 3D renders, and that everybody is just misunderstanding? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. And again, don't send hate to anybody involved. I am just very curious as to whether this game would actually get released, because so far I have not seen any gameplay about it. And when we have games where they're demoed or there are trailers launched and no gameplay is present, I'm always a little bit concerned about what to expect. Anyways, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like to subscribe. I also have an Etsy shop in which I sell Twitch emotes, overlay, stuff like that. And I also have someone for free on my coffee shop as well. I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.